will not actually give it back to you for the. If you get a copyright strike, they do not give it back to you after you're done.
Yep. That are on YouTube are going to either Twitch, which is down. They're mainly going.
Long. Twitch is worse.
Yeah, they're mainly going to fuck, what's it called? Yeah, Mixer.
Mixer doesn't do well with YouTube at the current moment, and on top of that, you can't select it to stream from on PlayStation.
Rip.
There has to be like a way around it, but don't know.
Me either.
I mean, you could go out and buy one of those $200, $300 streamer card things that you plug into your USB drive, and it, wirelessly through Bluetooth or whatever sends it to your PC, and you can stream on whatever the fuck you want. Mm-hmm. But I don't have that kind of fucking money, and it's built right in, and it works beautifully.
Mm-hmm.
With that thing, there could be lag, literally not console lag or anything like that. It's just lag because it's wirelessly sending shit to your computer. Whereas, this is just straight from your console. I'm about to say fuck it and go to. Let's refresh real quick, and then we'll just go back to a normal match. What did that give me a warning about? Oh. Okay, so the warning of starting this is, and I quote, "We are having matchmaking problems. You might be in matchmaking longer than usual."
Rip.
Well, that doesn't help. It doesn't make me feel good about myself. Where's my battery charge at? Full, okay. And Ethan hears this eventually, but has he told you how he basically fell head over heels in love with the girl at his work?
Yeah.
He called me at work and talked to me through his entire day at work.
Uh-huh.
And he wouldn't shut up about how he couldn't take his eyes off her, and how he really wanted to have one of those real relationships with her.
Then no, he is not.
What? How much did he tell you?
Apparently, from what I'm understanding, nothing.
No, like he found there's this girl. I think it was like from not Norway, but one of those countries, and she has the accent and everything. And he fell instantly in love with her. She's so fucking gorgeous, and he was flirting really hard with her, and he decided to tell her coworkers, the ones in the deli that work with her directly, that he liked her. And he knew, apparently, the ones he was telling was going to tell her anyway.
Yeah.
So then I get so much texts, like I got like spammed, like, oh my god, I fucked up hard, I fucked up, and I was like, what the fuck's going on? He's like, well, she knows I like her, and I'm like, yeah, you're very clearly showing it, because you won't shut up about it.
I did not know that, no. Actually, unless he told it to me a different way, he never told me that.
Mm-hmm. And then I got some weird picture, like, of him standing in front of the mirror in his bathroom in the workplace.
That's weird.
Like, I got two of them. Like, one of them, he was just standing there with an angry look on his face. And then the next one, he was standing there kind of red. So, like, he was getting really progressively either more angry or more embarrassed.
Okay, then. That's weird.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't need those pictures, thank you. But, you know.
Yeah, he thinks because you send him weird shit, he can send you weird shit. But that's just
my weird shit just is yeah, my shit's weird, sure, but funny weird.
Yeah, exactly. It was just weird.
Yeah, like I don't need another picture of you in your uniform with the head thing on.
Yeah.
Like I don't need that. Like if I had your phone number, I might take that and put that as your profile picture for your phone number because reasons. But because I think it would be funny because every time you call me, I get reminded of how stupid you were. But, um, but no, like he spoke to me his entire shift. I'm not joking.
Damn.
And he wouldn't shut up about her. It was all about her. He's sitting out there in the middle of the parking lot or whatever, sweeping. He's like, I think I love this girl. I think I want to spend the rest of my life with this girl. And I'm like, people can fucking overhear you.
Rip.
It was odd. It was odd. It was an odd conversation.
I bet.
And then he decided to go into this weird conversation of how he thinks that the super sane thing that Joker has, that he has that means he's the sanest person in the room, and he's the most intelligent, and he's constantly thinking about things. Like, I got his whole backstory for 20 minutes that I already knew, but he was just basically going through refresh that he thinks about, because of his OCD or something like ADHD or something like that. He thinks in extreme detail about everything and all this stuff.
I call bullshit.
Yeah, no, there's several things where I was like, okay, bullshit.
Yeah.
And I almost had you
No
smack him for me
I would.
because he was starting to get offensive towards me.
Ah.
There was because I'm Christian, but I don't try to shove it down anyone's throats, and I'm willing to take any other people's opinions, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to be as open and honest, and I like having friends. I'm not going to be one of those Christians guys like, I can't do that because I'm Christian.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, he decided to go, well, Jesus is Satan, and he was basically started insulting my religion.
He doesn't say this shit.
Yeah, he's basically. Yeah, he said that. No, he wasn't in front of me. He was at work. He sat there and he's like, Jesus is Satan because that is the biggest insult to God, is to come back as his, quote, son and lead people astray.
It doesn't work that way. That just depends on the people who are contributing it that way.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there like, and there's a whole entire Bible that says otherwise. And of course, I said that, and he's like, well, obviously, since Jesus helped write that, it's obviously just a book of Satan.
That's not how that works.
Yeah, no, it's not how that worked. And I'm sitting there like, you can believe whatever you want. Go ahead.
Here's the thing. With me, just to end this whole religion thing that he apparently has going on, I was born and raised to be a Christian. Always. Always has been, always will be. Don't get me wrong. But I also strongly feel, compared to what I've learned on my own, that I am an atheist. In a way. If that makes sense. I still have Christianity in me, and I believe in God, and I believe in what he can do. But at the same time, that's my God. And I also believe in that, people say God made people, and it's probably a really open conversation is, God made people, then who the fuck made him? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He wasn't born to be a god if he's apparently in the Bible been this guy who strongly believed about his religion and the supernatural gave his life to commit to everyone else's in the world's sins and to be crucified for their sins. I mean, how do we know that we weren't just made and nobody else knows actually how we were made, and this guy wasn't just put on the crucifix because everyone thought he was crazy and a witch, like they normally do to witches.
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing. I actually kind of somewhat believe that too. Like my whole entire belief system, and it's a weird combination, is anarchist, Buddhist, Christian.
Mm-hmm. I strongly believe in Buddha.
Yeah, well, I know Buddha was a thing. I don't think he was a god because he actually didn't want to be one. If you look at his teachings.
Yep.
But
that's why I love it, because that's part of my culture, which is Japanese. Japanese, as Japanese Buddhas, did not believe that even Buddhas believed in a god. It was the standard of just being who they wanted to be. That's what I love about it. The old culture, not the new culture of Japan, but the old culture of Japan.
That the weird, he's a god now and all that shit.
Rub his belly to get good luck kind of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, see, like, I'm an anarchist Buddhist Christian because I love the teachings of Buddha, and it helps me with my anger, and who I used to be was not a very good person. And Buddhism actually helped. Christianity helped in a way, sure, and I will never lose that because through my own research, it just affirmed my faith, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then the reason why I have anarchist is because the real teaching of anarchy, I wrote this long thing. It took me 12 years to write, and I have it somewhere. I think I put it on Tumblr. I can send it to you. You can read it eventually someday. But the real teachings of anarchy is not meant around chaos and all that stuff. That's not even supposed to be a thing with anarchy. Anarchy means you do not conform to the standard way and follow.
Yep.
But I don't like to be that guy who's always talking over someone, and so on and so forth. Like I'm trying to just be who I am, and